Hey guys, before we jump into today's video, I just wanted to let you know that this episode is sponsored by Skillshare. Now, I personally love Skillshare. I actually use it a lot for a couple of different classes. I've mostly used it for graphic design and concept art, but they also have a bunch of classes on like programming, game design, even like helping you develop better habits to keep up with like art on the side. They have a lot of really helpful classes on Skillshare. So whether you're wanting to do some more personal development here in 2023 or develop some new career skills, Skillshare has a lot of awesome classes that you can take. So one of the recent classes that I really enjoyed taking was digital painting from sketch to finished product by Hardy Fowler. I thought this one really helped improve my digital painting overall. He helps like figure out how to like block in and paint like different textures and skin tones, and he has a bunch of other awesome classes about digital painting. So if you'd like to check out Skillshare and try out something new here in 2023, I have a link here for a month free. It's also down in the description. So sign up and try it out today. Again, thank you Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Now let's jump into the 100 Dragon Challenge. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Katelyn, and I am happy to announce we are officially on episode 90. We have entered the final 10. I'm so excited, guys. I can't believe we're so close to finishing the 100 Dragon Challenge. So for today's, I wanted to do something fun, a little bit different. Today we're doing a pizza dragon. I've seen this one pop up in my comments before on YouTube, and I think it's been suggested a couple times on Discord. I've just seen it a few times, and it's been kind of on the backlog. But I was like, you know, let's do something like fun and quirky to kick off the final 10. So I thought like a cool food dragon would be really fun. And like, I love pizza and I can't say no to this concept. Like we've done other food creatures on this channel and other food animals and things. And looking back, I think we've only done, I don't know how many food dragons we've done on the 100 Dragon Challenge. Like we had the ice cream dragon, what else have we done? I know we had the fungus dragon, but I don't count that one as food. Those weren't really edible fungi. God, I feel we had another one that was some type of food. I don't think we did a dragon fruit dragon. I don't remember. We've done a monster mash with the dragon fruit newt. So I think we've had very few food dragons. So I thought this would be a perfect opportunity to throw another one in the mix. I thought it'd be really fun. And then on top of it, I think this would be really cool to kind of have you guys explore different ways to use the medium of pizza and then show me like your favorite toppings for your dragon. So yeah, I started off with the rough sketches. It's kind of interesting to figure out how to convert like a pizza slice or like the look of pizza into a dragon. So first of all, I knew I wanted the face to be triangular. I wanted it to look like a pizza slice. And I thought it'd be really cool to elongate the crust to make it look like large horns. I thought that'd be so sick. And I added like some pizza bubbles. My friend Janelle actually, whenever the friends order pizza, she wants the one with the biggest bubble. So I had to throw in some pizza bubbles in there. And then I was like, well, the spines would be really fun as pizza slices as well. But hell, let's go all out and make the wings pizza slices as well. It was just, it was so much fun. I loved doing this one. It was just so weird and quirky, and it was kind of like a little bit of a head scratcher because this food is not the easiest to convert. I got to have fun with it, and in the end, I do really like where I went with it. But I was like, it's a cheesy slice of bread, and then you could put whatever toppings you want on it. So I picked my favorite. I really like a combo pizza. Well, I go between combo and veggie, and then my close third is a Hawaiian with like pineapple and ham. I know people are going to come for me in the comments. I already know. But I think my favorite is like a combo. So you get like the pepperoni, the mushrooms, the green bell peppers, the olives. Those are just my favorite. I love olives and mushrooms specifically like on my pizza. That's like my favorite thing. Like if I had to just choose two toppings, I could die happy with olives and mushrooms. So I wanted to do that one. Plus that gave me a lot of room to work with like different colors and different toppings to kind of make almost like a pattern effect to this dragon. I was like, well, we could do, like I said, we did the spikes and the spines were pizza slices, but I was like, we could do kind of like a pattern of green bell peppers and olives going down the tail. So it looks kind of like armoring in a way. And then just kind of distributing some different toppings on the wings, because those also look like giant pizza slices. And then I loved adding kind of like the drippy cheese effect to this dragon's face, just to really sell the idea that this is like an ooey gooey pizza. But yeah, I really like how this was looking, and it was a little bit daunting coming into the color phase, which you'll see here in a minute. I realize, I think I've talked about this before in other episodes, I've been trying to save up some money to replace a bunch of my Copics. I'm really sad because all of the distributors that are local or the ones I found online, they don't have refills for certain colors. They only have new markers, or the markers just don't exist. So I've been trying to replace some old markers that I love the color, but like the color just doesn't exist anymore in any retail space I'm trying to get to. And then I've never really colored like bread before in Copics. I mean, I did a little bit for the Monsters and Moments. I think I did like a bag of sliced bread that the I think it was the Goblin shop bagger person. I think that was a thing of bread. But yeah, I don't do it too often on this big of a scale. And I'm like, I really gotta sell that like puffy bread that's been kind of crispened on the outside with like maybe some darker patches, or like when a little bit of cheese gets on it and gets a little bit extra burnt. I was just thinking about all that because like the crust is probably my favorite part of a pizza. I do like the toppings, but like my husband always gives me the spare crust. So I was like, I gotta nail this crust. I don't know why. I just was really hyper fixated on making sure that the crust looked good. So you can see here, I was testing so many tans and I'm like, those all look like skin colors. I don't want the crust to look like skin. It needs to look like bread. So of course with that, I started with the most daunting part of it, which was the crust. I was like, all right, we're just jump in and we're going to test it out. I even pulled up a picture of pizza and I'm like, how can this like patchy crust look? Like, what do I want to do? And I saw like little hits of like yellow and like some more, like I said, darker, not like burnt. I guess it is kind of burnt areas. So I went in and laid in like a base brown, and then I did the yellow, and then a second coat of a different brown, and then a darker brown. I wanted to lay that in all of the breaded areas, and then afterwards add kind of that much darker brown that's in like kind of splotchy patches along any of the bread or the crust. I just wanted to see what the brown would look like on its own before I really punched up the darkness on it. Which I guess I did later. I'm talking this whole thing and I didn't even do it yet. Or I did, and I'm just realizing that it didn't look as dark as when I drew it. Whatever. Anyway, so I think I did do the crust, and I think I did do the darkest parts. Or maybe I'm hallucinating and I forgot what I drew. But yeah, so I'm going through and coloring the toppings. I ended up trying to do extra work on the pepperoni that ended up kind of bleeding and looking the same together. I was like, oh, I could layer these different reds and get like that splotchy effect. And I tried to do it with these like 3 preliminary reds, and it didn't look like that. So I had to punch it up with those darker reds, and I kind of got the look I wanted. And then for the cheese, this one was fun. I think one of my yellows was dying, but I got through it. I made it happen. And then again, like I wanted to have those kind of darker spots of cheese where it's kind of been kissed by the flame a little bit extra. So I added those in, and yeah, I really like how the coloring on this turned out. I think I should have pushed some of the darker darks a little bit more, but I was just kind of pleased with it when I finished, and now that I'm editing, I'm like, oh, I totally forgot to shade. So, you know, this is what it is. You know, sometimes I just forget to do certain things. But either way, I really like how this pizza dragon turned out. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of a different thing, and I think it's a fun way to kick off the final 10. It was a good challenge, but also just kind of a fun, goofy one to cut loose and try something else before we get to the final 10. But let's look at last month's rabbit dragons. You all did great. I love the diversity in how you combine the rabbit or the bunny with a dragon. Dr. Luzus, I think if I pronounced your username correctly, I probably butchered it. I love the like furry texture and kind of the glowy fire element you had for your dragon. And Dandrake, these are so freaking cute. They're so fluffy and adorable, and I would love to have one as a pet. So again, you guys did amazing. Thank you all so much for entering. All of your rabbit dragons were super cute. So if you want to enter this month's pizza dragon, I'd love to see some toppings. Like if you want to highlight some from like your country or region, that'd be super cool too. But cut loose, have fun, and I can't wait to see your pizza dragons. But if you want to enter, you can post it on Instagram or Twitter with the hashtag KM100dragons. And then also we have a Discord. We'd love you to join the Discord community. We're doing 2 quarterly challenges and kind of like a fun challenge and a learning challenge. So you can join us for those art challenges over there. And you can post your dragon on there and kind of geek out with other people in the community. But either way, thank you guys again so much for stopping by and checking out this video. And if you aren't already, please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. We're almost done. And thank you so much. I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.